It's been a while since I posted a video since coming into the winter season. Took down the garden for the year, but been setting up the indoor grow setup, and I wanted to show what I've been working on and starting to get ready for next summer. So we have our racks for all our indoor plants. Been using fluorescence and LED mixture, trying things out. So I'm getting ready to start a new rack. So a lot of these I've been waiting to separate and propagate. I'll kind of split them up a little bit, but some of them are getting real big. These are some of the prop trays I've been using, and since I've started them, they've been getting real big. A lot of new ones I'm starting as well to fill in the gaps. So, not sure on all the species names that I have. Mixes of crassulas, sedums, and other types of indoor plants that I have. Spider plants, snake plants, different types of species. So, I'll start getting better at labeling them. So, I'll be able to tell you exactly, or as close to what I think they are. Aloes, different types of hanging plants, jades, rat tail crassulas. So this one's getting very unruly. Crotons, petrocroton, different species. This plant's one of my favorites. I've been splitting and propagating. I started this from just a single cutting. Now I got a couple and I've given a few away. So we'll be moving a lot of this over to a new rack. In here, I've been fooling around with some tomato plants that were from outside. So for fun, I was hoping to maybe possibly have tomato plants from last year to be cloned to run to next year. I am getting a little lazy with it, but with the new rack, I'm going to be moving a lot of things around, and we'll be cutting clones off of this tomato plant and repotting it if it works. I got one red tomato. I already took a couple of them off. So I will be moving. I got a tomato plant grown out of a Dunkin's cup. So new prop tray that will go to the new rack. Tons of spider plants shooting off that I had going, all the babies shooting off going into new pots. Some hopefully to be a little bit of variegated and solid green, a little bit of both. Going to be watering some of these soon. Some that I purchased online for gifts. I might keep some to try to repopulate them. Some species that I don't have. This one started out to be very small and grew to be very large, a lot larger than I thought it would get. So he's another one of my big repots. He's blocking a lot of sun from a lot of the other ones. And I did bring in a lot of ladybugs again recently. Mealybugs is always something I'm fighting. So I'm constantly bringing in ladybugs. This is the newest edition of ladybugs, and they are very fun to watch, and I think they're very good at keeping mealybugs and other pests down. And I've seen them, there's a lot right here, but I've seen them kind of congregate to where it seems like I'm having the most infestation issues, and I do put them down there. I did just release another few hundred of them. And they're very fun to watch as they go and do their thing, as they help. Other types of ones I'm starting to split. So I just wanted to show people and maybe get some ideas of my racking system. This one is also very soon to split. tons of new babies coming out. I'd like to repot this one, start to split them some more, because I'm always running out of room. So I have some more room for growth here, but the biggest section I'm working on is this new rack that I have lights for. I'm going to go with fluorescence again. I do have an LED to supplement and to try on one level. It doesn't have the reflector on it, so I was going to put it on the bottom. This is the Lux light. It comes with 2 in a pack, and then more sun blaze. I do use a lot of sun blaze. So I'm going to do singles on this rack to try to space out the lighting from like front to back. So 2 per level is now. And I like more light bulbs, yes, but electricity is a real thing. This is my prep area where I do a lot of prepping and repotting with some other miscellaneous dirts and other supplies needed. So a lot will be going over to this rack from the 2 light setup. As much as I really like the dual lights, I do see them reaching more into the center, and I don't have as much of light being displaced properly or being scattered throughout. So I would like a better placement of the light bulbs. So trying the singles, they will be able to be daisy chained. These as well have outlets on them. I do find this Aggro Bright to be really well. It's done very good. We do have another sun blaze and then some LEDs on the bottom. The LEDs I got on Amazon, fairly cheap. I don't think they're the biggest sprouters. They definitely keep plants going, but I don't. When I have put certain plants there, I'll rotate them out because they just won't get as much growth or blossom as I notice under the fluorescence. So a couple fluorescents in here as well, working on getting new lights and creating possibly a new racking system in here. So always reinventing and changing things up. But I've had very good luck with this rack, and I'm hoping to duplicate this to the new rack, as well as start setting up for my seeds. So with the new lights up here and the seeds, the top rack I'm hoping for some real big growth that I'd like to look at. And then with the 4-foot heat mat that I've had last year, I'm going to bring back out when I start setting this up with all the cells in here. I'll use the bottom 2 to possibly the 3rd for seeds, depending on how much succulents that I put in here. I do have another rack that I was working on to possibly start another seeding, but we'll see how this one rack goes. I do have another level that I could use as well if I find that I don't need such big gaps. I do think I can separate these racks as well a bit more, so I can have the lights a little closer. I might be able to squeeze another rack in there. Just initial setup. So I wanted to show you what my little succulents look like now as I'm starting to split them. So I'll have a before and after. I do have some others that I've been working on to try to prop. A little ladybug flying around. And I love using shot glasses or other types of little glass to try to get them to root. My avocado seed pop. Very, very sad, very slow. I don't think this one is going to be successful, but I do plan on starting many more avocado seeds until I get it right. But it did crack and it did shoot up, which was a lot of fun to get going, but I'm not sure if it's going to be very successful. So that's just getting a good look at them. So I'll check in hopefully very soon to start posting another video of what the new rack looks like after I've repotted and moved a lot of the succulents to the new rack. possibly get some more tomato clones growing so I can keep these tomatoes going. I'm not sure on how many times you can reclone and pop a tomato plant, but they have been doing very well with flowering and producing tomatoes. Not as great as being outside, but it's fun, and I would like to keep them going all year round if possible. Same with spices. I'm going to be starting spices very soon. So let me know if there's anything that you would like to see or any recommendations on things I can do to improve. Thank you.